Oh my God, sorry, you're never going to know this Edward Musk. I have found a musk here at Little Saxham. The last grave I came across. Oh God, I nearly didn't bother with these in the past. I've had some great discoveries today. On my side of the tree as well, but look, Edward Musk, in memory of Edward Musk, who died February 1869, aged, well, not quite sure, it could be 23, could be 43 years. I'll look him up, don't worry. I've got him in the records. You see, there's lots of graves, Sarah, all over the place in here. Look, a Musk grave. It has been rewarding. They were here, they married here, they lived in Little Saxham. And that, I reckon, if that's not a great grandfather of Elon, it will be an uncle or a cousin. Because I've got it down in the records, Edward Musk. This is Little Saxham in Sussex, a round tower church. I've been inside and videoed. And before that I was at another little place called Little Westley, where I found brook graves. And this is the first day. This is only the first day, Zara, and all the rest of you, and Elon. If you ever follow me at all, I've just found another grave which you probably know about, because you know everything. Look at that though. Elon Musk. This is one of your ancestors from Suffolk. Edward Musk. He died in 1869. I will have his record. I have got his record, not on me. He died February. I can't see the date. 1869. In memory of. Set in, not many on this side of the church, by the way. Not many, and he's privileged to keep his own spot, and I'll tell you why. Because most of them have been lined up, so it's easier for mowing. But not this one. Not this one. He's here. Edward Musk. Why hasn't he been uprooted today and put against a wall? Now look, this is another one that could be in our tree. This is on my side. Mary Ann Last. Mary Ann Last. Sacred to the memory of. I think it looks like she was 1 year old. Daughter of Henry and Anne Crowe, who died 1875, age 33. Yeah, so I don't know what that bit there says. That bit there is not very clear. But she died in 1870 something or other. 6, age 33. How short? What's that say? How short? That's quite a big. Now inside they've got memorial inscriptions. I might have to come back again, because we got lasts in the family that were tied up with the Isaacsons at Wickham Brook, and Wickham Brook's not very far from here. I've still got revisits to do to Soham, to Wickham Brook. I've got revisits. Yeah, so there you go. Edward Musk. That's why the reason I'm at Little Saxham is because I found Musks in the records. And they're related to Elon. That Edward Musk over there is related to Elon Musk. So that's another bit of news. But nobody's going to find out any of this till I get home. In fact, I'm just finishing off really. I was just walking around the graveyard. Just sort of finishing off, and look at all the bare patches. He must have had his whole of his family in there. Probably rubberized and thrown in the field there. It's very long. Look, the last two little graves on this side of the Musks. Look, no more. Very, very lucky. It's like when I found Thomas Oak at Carlton. That's a place I want to go to see if his grave's still there. His gravestone. Who do you think this is? Anno Domini 2000. This white cherry tree is one of 30 trees planted in Little Saxham to commemorate the millennium with joy and hope for the future. That's Edward Musk's grave there. I've got him in a folder in my car now. Just starting to fade a bit for photography now.